Okay, today on the agenda, we're going to go over the current situation, then our proposal, the tangible and intangible benefits, and the SWOT analysis, and finally, external variables. Currently, Meritor contracts with 3PL logistics companies to handle all of their inbound shipments. This current logistics strategy costs Meritor over $40 million per year. The company feels that there could be potential cost savings opportunities by utilizing their own private trucking fleet. Our proposal is the Fletcher Fleet, which would serve the following locations. The opportunity for Meritor to use its own private fleet of trucks in Fletcher, North Carolina. It would serve several plants in North Carolina, South Carolina, and Tennessee, and this is a very high-volume distribution channel for Meritor. To meet daily demand, we would require 23 truckload shipments, and this would require 10 trucks and 11 truck drivers. Fletcher would require 10 truckload shipments per day, requiring 4 trucks. Forest City would also have 10 truckload shipments per day, requiring 5 trucks. And Morristown would require 2.3 truckload shipments per day, requiring 2 trucks. Fletcher, North Carolina, serving Morristown, Tennessee, would require 2.5 shipments per day, with a round-trip transit time of 6 hours and totaling 3 trucks and 3 drivers. For Fletcher, North Carolina, serving Fletcher, North Carolina, 10 shipments a day would be required, with round-trip transit time of 2 hours, and total trucks required would be 2 and also 2 drivers. For Fletcher, North Carolina, serving Manning, South Carolina, Maxton, North Carolina, and York, South Carolina, it would require 1 shipment on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, with a round-trip transit time of 13.5 hours, requiring 1 truck and 1 driver. For Fletcher, serving Forest City, North Carolina, it would require 10 shipments per day with a round-trip transit time of 4 hours, requiring 4 trucks and 4 drivers. For the tangible benefits for Meritor to use their own private fleet, this includes the cost savings opportunity to service trucks using Meritor parts. The intangible benefits for Meritor include the substantial opportunity to advertise the eyelashes and Meritor brand on Meritor truck fleets, increasing brand awareness. For the SWOT analysis, a strength for Meritor to not own their own trucking fleet is that no large investment is required to purchase fleet. Also, Meritor does not have to be responsible for owning the trucks, which are depreciating assets. A weakness for Meritor not owning their own fleet is that the company does not have 100% transparency or control of their logistics system. An opportunity for Meritor is to use their own private truck fleet and have control of their inventory and 100% transparency of the logistics system, which could lead to constant performance measures and allow for continuous improvement. The threats for Meritor include competitive industry factors such as product performance, design, and engineering capabilities, and new product innovation. Now we're going to go on to the external variables.
For the management of drivers and trucks, there will be 1 supervisor per shift to make sure everything is under control and that oversees the process. There will be 1 manager per 11 trucks that makes sure they're fuel ops and knows where they are going. And for the hours of driving, the truck drivers are allowed to drive 11 or work 13 and a half, and they must have a mandatory 30-minute rest break before exceeding 8 hours of driving. Once drivers drive 11 hours or work the 13 and a half, they must take 10 consecutive off-duty hours. And they can only work a maximum of 60 hours in 7 days, which resets after 34 consecutive off-duty days. The demand for truck drivers is stable, and there will be a higher demand in the future since many drivers will be retiring.
The total training cost was $38,500. The total driver cost was $374,000. The total insurance cost was $99,000, and the total training costs were $38,500.
Okay, the truck average cost came out to $100,000 per truck. Per 53-foot trailer, it cost $50,000. So for the 10 trucks, it will cost us $1.5 million. We're focusing on getting all truckload shipments. The remaining LTL shipments will be consolidated. so we will limit the number of possible LTL shipments, but the daily demand came out to 0.93 of a truckload, and the remaining demand we will consolidate between the less than truckload shipments, and this demand was on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday.
For fuel and maintenance costs, we found a website online that gave us the cost per mile. Fuel is 54 cents per mile and maintenance is 15 cents per mile. Fletcher to Fletcher was 25 miles, so we times that by 54 cents and got $13.50. Fletcher to Forest City was 50 miles, so we times that by 0.54 and we got $27. Fletcher to Morristown is 104 miles, so we got $56.16. Fletcher to York was 102 miles, so we got $55.08. Fletcher to Maxton was 212 miles, so we got $114.48. And Fletcher to Manning was 224 miles, so we had $120.96. For maintenance costs, we times all of the miles by 15 cents per mile. So Fletcher to Fletcher is 25 miles, so that was $3.75. Fletcher to Forest City was 50 miles, so that came out to $7.50. Fletcher to Morristown was 104 miles, so that came out to $15.60. Fletcher to York was 102 miles, so that came out to $15.30. Fletcher to Maxton was 212 miles, so that came out to $31.80. And Fletcher to Manning was 224 miles, so that came out to $33.60. For the fuel cost, the total was $387.18, and for this maintenance cost, the total is $107.55.